What's up, guys and gals? Miramask here again on the Bergy Mini 6050 from a Suzuki. How you guys been doing? I know it's been a few days since I've been able to hop on the bike here. Today's the first time actually I'm going to be on the Bergman with the tape over the side vents. I did it on the Hyosung the other day. There's a huge noticeable difference in volume level in my helmet. Like, I can actually hear myself talk now. It's great. I love it. Topic of the day: buying used motorcycles. Here's the deal, guys. Bike weeks are happening. Things are going down. One of the best times to look for motorcycles on the used market is after all the big bike weeks. You know, they happen like once a year. A lot of people, you know, deck out these bikes. They'll buy them specifically to ride to bike week on and show off and all this stuff, and then they wind up for sale with 3 or 4, 5, 6, 7,000 miles on. So, bike weeks, you know, in the next month or two, you know, be looking out for some good bikes on the used market. I know me personally, I will be looking out for some bikes because, as I've said in other videos, you know, now that me and we'll call her Mercury because that's her handle name, her online handle name is Mercury Bubbles. So Miramask and Mercury, you guys, I talked about it in the last video. Y'all saw little photos of me and her. Miramask and Mercury. Sounds good, has a nice ring together. But, you know, we plan on taking some trips and stuff. And one of the things that's super important to me, now she said, she's a real trooper, she said, babe, get whatever's comfortable for you, I'll adapt. I said, well, what's comfortable for me, I need it to also be comfortable for you. You know what I'm saying? Because that's important to me. It's important that my passenger also be comfortable on long trips, not just me. Because if they're not comfortable, then you're going to get a lot of, can we stop? I need to stretch. Can we stop? I'm feeling uncomfortable. You know, that kind of stuff. So to avoid that, you know, you want something to be comfortable for you and your passenger. I've been looking a lot at the adventure market. I kind of settled on a V-Strom 650, possibly a V-Strom 1000. And, you know, I got to look and I was like, you know, I just don't know, you know, practicing what I preach here. As far as adventure riding with two people, you're not doing single track, you're not doing any crazy stuff because it's just difficult to do that. It's difficult to handle the bike with a passenger on the back. Now, you can just say, hop off real quick, I gotta get up this or around this or whatever, and then you hop back on. Sure, you could do that, but that's probably would only be 10%. Off-road would only be 10% of the type stuff me and her would be going and doing. So I was like, you know, maybe I need to broaden my selections a little bit more to include the sport touring route. Because something like, I've seen videos. I mean, look, here's the thing. Any motorcycle can go off-road if what you mean by off-road is gravel roads and dirt roads and a little bit of light trail riding, maybe to get to a campground or something. Even a sport bike can do that, you know. So I got to thinking all that, and I was like, well, you know, I tell you what would be super comfortable is something like a FJR1300. That would be incredibly comfortable for me and her. Plenty of power to haul gear around and luggage and all that stuff. You know, creature comforts, all that kind of stuff for her and all that. Like, you know, something like that might be right up our alley. And then I started looking and I was like, wow, the used market prices for FJR 1300s is about what I'd buy an adventure bike for. You know, it went anywhere between $3,000 and $4,000, maybe $4,500. You know, less than $5,000. I'll put it that way. You can get a good FJR 1300 for less than $5,000. You can get a good adventure bike for less than $5,000. But it comes down to comfort. I want her to be comfortable. You know, that's the big thing. Because if she's uncomfortable, guys, we all know this. If she's uncomfortable, you ain't comfortable. That's for damn sure. So that's my goal number one, is make sure she's comfortable. Goal number two is, can it do what we need it to do? Well, we're not like, look, you see this little trail right here? That little dirt trail right there? That's about the kind of rough shit we'd be expecting to go on if we were going to campgrounds and stuff. You know, nothing past that. I've seen videos of people taking an FJR1300 through the damn woods on single track, and it's doing just fine. So, I mean, you know, if you're not, you know, the suspension will handle it. What it is ground clearance is the main thing. Ground clearance and weight. That's why you don't want to go on rough shit, because you just don't have the ground clearance on a sport tour, or the lightness. It's just heavy. It's a heavy bike. But it can do some light stuff, and that's really all I'm thinking we'd be doing is, you know, maybe riding through some grass, maybe some gravel roads, maybe some dirt roads, nothing extreme. So I'm thinking an FJR 1300 I might add to the list of bikes that I'm looking at. I don't know, we'll just have to see. We'll have to see what's available in my area, what our budget is at the time, all that kind of stuff. I've got to sell the Hyosung and the Bergman first, but you know, it's approaching that time of year where it's getting harder to sell stuff. It's a buyer's market, man. After bike weeks, moving into the winter months, all that kind of stuff, that's a buyer's market. That's not a seller's market. So, I mean, unfortunately, I'll probably see a lot of good deals come up and pass me by. But that's life. That's how it is, man. You can't jump on everything. But that's all my topic really was today, was just, you know, reminding you guys bike weeks are coming up. If you guys are looking to buy bikes or something on the used market, you know, be on the lookout for what you want in the next, you know, month or two, because they'll probably be popping up. I tell you another thing, man, like, she does not really want to do the cruiser route, and I really don't want to do the cruiser route either. But I tell you, I will do a cruiser if she decides, like, you know, I think I want to do the cruiser thing. The only reason she don't want to do the cruiser thing is, I don't know, man. She's kind of like me. You know, there's a lifestyle associated with every kind of motorcycle. Now, you don't have to buy into those lifestyles. You don't have to wear all black leather. You don't have to wear all that, you know, chaps and all that shit, and your half-face helmets and all this, and you know, you don't have to get into all that. You don't have to. But she just doesn't like the look of all that. She doesn't like being associated with the look of all that. She likes, you know, sportier looks, you know, jackets, you know, all this kind of shit that have colors on them, and, you know, hot pink helmets and gloves, and, you know, sport bike attire or dual sport attire or adventure riding attire. Not so much the cruiser attire. Because I'm not gonna lie, you look goofy on a cruiser wearing an adventure helmet with a peak on it, freaking hot pink gloves, and a damn touring jacket. You do. You look goofy. I'm not gonna lie, you do. So, you know, if that's all you can afford, go for it. But if you can save up for another month or two and get you, you know, an adventure bike or a sport touring bike, or hell, even a maxi scooter or something. The only reason I'm not keeping this maxi scooter, and I think I've mentioned this in other videos, is the rack situation. I cannot find any racks for this thing. I can find, you know, possibly putting a tail box on, but I can't, there's no pannier, I can't get any panniers for it. I can find panniers for the newer model Bergman 650s, but for the 2009, I can't find any panniers. It's like they didn't make them. So nobody made them, from what I can tell. I mean, maybe some people have custom fabricated some, but I can't find any. So it's just not going to work. Like, I'm just not going to have enough storage for 2 people to take a trip on this thing. Because all I would have would be the tank or the tunnel bag under the seat, and under the seat, and, you know, a possible tail box. But that wouldn't be enough, not for me and her. So yeah, so that's why I'm looking at getting something else, maybe something in the sport tour, definitely in the adventure. That's my primary thing. If I can find a V-Strom 650 It has, you know, mods done to it that I would be able to save money and not have to do myself. You know, I've seen some really good ones around the $4,500, $4,000 and $4,500 range. I mean, decked out, skid plates, everything, hard luggage, all that shit. For about 4,500 bucks, with only like 8,000 miles on it, 8,200 miles, I think is what it was. Just all blacked out. Oh, it looked incredible. She loved it. I loved it. It just looks great. We're just, you know, I just got to get rid of these first, kind of thing. But if that goes off the market, because see, that's something that I have come to learn over the past few years of looking at dual sports and adventure bikes and all that kind of stuff, and even touring bikes fall into this category. If you find a good bike that hits the market, like let's say for example over in Dawson, Georgia, right now, a guy just listed about 4 days ago a KLR 650. I think it's a 2016 KLR 650 with 1,200 miles on it. That's all it has, 1,200 miles, and he only wants $4,500 for it. Not a bad deal. The problem is, if someone buys that bike, the next time that bike hits the market, it'll have 15,000 miles or more on it. Same way with that V-Strom 650 that I saw up in Sugar Hill that has 8,200 miles on it. It's all decked out. If someone buys that, the next time that bike hits the market, it'll have 20,000 miles on it. So my point is, you know, a lot of these adventure bikes, dual sports, and sport touring, or just touring bikes in general, if you find a good deal, this is what makes it so painful when you're looking, is if you find a good deal and it has really low miles, if you're not able to jump on that deal, the next time that bike hits the market, it's going to have way more miles and it's going to be out of what you're looking for. You know, in other words, it's very rare to see a touring, sport touring, adventure, or dual sport on the market with what's considered low miles. Now, V-Strom 650s, for example, there's people out there that have 400,000 miles without any major maintenance done on their bike. Not a lot of them. Most people, though, can get a V-Strom 650 up to around 200,000 miles, 150 to 200,000 miles. You know, without any major work, you know, just doing regular maintenance, that kind of stuff. So when you find one, if it's been taken care of and it's got 30 to 50,000 miles on it, on a V-Strom 650, on certain motorcycles, you know, they're just legendary for durability kind of thing. You know, 30 to 50,000 miles is not that big of a deal when you know that, well, I've got another 50 to 80,000 miles I can get out of this bike. You see what I'm saying? So I'll buy a V-Strom 650 with 30,000 miles on it. I wouldn't sweat it. I would buy it if it's a good price. I'd get it. You know, if I was in the position right now to get it, I would grab one. Because if you take care of it, you know, you get you another 60 to 80,000 miles out of it. And honest to God, I mean, I don't think enough time would go by that me and her would put 50,000 miles on a motorcycle before we both have our own individual bikes. Because, I mean, she wants her a small adventure bike eventually, just not right this second. She'd rather me get one and we can, you know, two up on mine until, you know, we're in a position where me and her both could have one. And we're looking at maybe 2 CSC RX3s or something like that. But it's just right now, budget-wise, we can only have one, so we want to get something that we can both tour around on and you know, go on some light adventures on and all that kind of stuff. Because, I mean, you know, you're just not going to want to do a lot of heavy off-road stuff with 2 people on the bike. You're just not. But anyway, I'm going to go ahead and wrap it up. This thing's been going on for, 16 minutes. But, oh, also, look forward, because I will have a video coming out. It's just our schedules are all jacked up right now. We had free time the other day, but it was pouring rain, so we couldn't go out and do it and all that stuff. and now she's got a bunch of work she's got to get done and all that stuff, so she's sort of busy right now as far as you know, during the daytime and everything, which is when we would want to do our video. But we're gonna do a reveal video. Well, not reveal, because she's not taking her helmet off or nothing like that, but an introduction video. An introduction to Mercury, Mirror Mask's new riding friend, aka girlfriend, aka my love. And it'll be the first time she's ever seen on this channel, and you guys will get to see her and meet her. She'll say hello, and she's gonna be using my GoPro 360, my Fusion, and she'll be on the back of the Bergman, you know, filming. I'll be motovlogging, and it'll be a dual vlog. I don't think we'll be able to communicate. We can communicate right now, but I just don't have our helmets wired. I don't have my helmet wired up to where it will also pick up the audio of her talking too. So I don't know. We'll have to figure something out for that, where you can hear her talking too. But yeah, so you guys stay tuned for that. I don't know when that's going to happen. I wish it could have happened today, but she had to go to Thomasville today to I don't know, something with some re-register for some classes next year or something. I don't know. She's going back to college right now. She wants to get into medical billing. So in addition to work plus that, a lot of her days during the day, especially on these nice days, is she's kind of busy. And I get to see her at nighttime when she gets home, kind of thing, and can't really go out and motovlog then. It's pitch black dark. But anyway, I'm gonna go ahead and wrap it up. You guys make sure to like, comment, subscribe. If you have any questions about the Bergman 650, ask away, or the Tascam DR05X, or the GoPro Hero 7, or whatever you have questions on or comments on or whatever. Also, let me know in the comments below, please, if you guys two up on adventure bikes, specifically the V-Strom 650 and specifically the Sport Tour and FJR1300. Let me know. But I mean, you can let me know about other bikes too, adventure wise and sport touring wise. What's a good bike that's super comfortable for the rider and the passenger that can handle two-up riding on long distance trips? Because you know, I've never really had too much two-up or opportunity to take long trips two-up, so I just don't know. I don't know. You know, I can hop on a bike or look at the specs on the bike or whatever and figure out whether it's good for me off-road and on-road, one rider. But yeah, I just don't know about two. So you guys let me know. Anyway, I'll see you guys in the next one. Have a good one. As always, Mirror Mask out. Peace.